All right, you guys, we are officially recording. Welcome to this Wednesday night success call. This is January the 13th, 2021, and we are so blessed to be here. So grateful that you guys choose to carve out this time each and every week. You guys, I do not take it lightly. Please understand, I do not take it lightly when I hear voices, familiar voices, people coming back to the call week after week. I do not take it lightly because access to you, access to me is the greatest gift that we can give anybody. So when you spend your time with somebody, you better know that they are being blessed. So I'm very blessed by you guys' presence here this evening. And I want to share with you guys 5 marketing mistakes that most coaches make when they first start out, and I know because I made every last one of them. And that is the power of coaching, because you get to lessen your mistakes when you work with someone that is where you are headed. So for my note takers, number one is the first mistake is new coaches oftentimes compare themselves with other coaches. I know we've all been there. We have all been there. If you guys have heard my story, I got trained by Valerie Burton. Love her to pieces. She's a short little dainty thing. When I got trained and certified through her, I fell in love with her, her brand, her message, and I was comparing myself to her so much so that I almost tried to embody her. Like I tried to sit in the chair how she was sitting and cross my hands when I did my YouTube videos. It didn't take too long for me to bust out of that because I was like, girl, this ain't it. This ain't you. But I was comparing myself to someone that's been doing this for 15 years, right? At that time, she's been doing it way longer than that. God, probably 25, 30 years now. But at that time, it was approximately 15 years that Valerie had been doing the type of work that she was doing. And here I was a month in, right? And I'm trying to compare myself to her. She had so many products and programs on her website, and it just intimidated me so much. And I cannot express to you enough, Valerie Burton did not start with all of those classes and products and programs on her website. Neither did Dr. Stacia Pierce. Dr. Stacia Pierce is another coach that I work with that I absolutely love. She was someone else. She's got a slew of products, and I used to compare myself to her and just thinking like, God, I only got this one class. How in the world am I going to be able to get up all these classes? I didn't need all those classes when I was just starting out, right? I didn't know what y'all needed. I didn't know what y'all wanted from me. So to try and start out like somebody that's already been doing this is just plain old silly. It really, really is, you guys. Everybody starts at zero. So be okay with starting where you are and don't compare yourself to other coaches. Number 2 is you are not clear on your message or your niche. Very, very important, you guys. As coaches, we want to help the world. I get it. I'm right there with you. I want to help your mother, your father, your cat, and your dog, right? But that's not who I'm for, right? That's not who I'm for. And so when I work with coaches and they say, well, I just want to work with everybody. I want to help everybody. Wanting to help everybody 100% makes us a good person, but it makes us a horrible business person, right? So you have to get clear on your niche and on your message. And it's very simple, you guys. You are your niche. I want you guys to write that down. Say, I am my niche. Write down, I am my niche. And just allow that truth to sit with you, right? Because I think we try and overthink stuff. We try and make things fancy, and it ain't got to be all fancy. It can just be very, very simple. Who you are today, you were not that person a year ago. And so when you're thinking about your messaging and your audience, you want to talk to who you were a year ago, right? So that's very, very important. That is why most of the times when I post stuff, people will say, oh, my goodness, this is exactly what I needed, or oh, my goodness, this is good. And it's because I know my audience, and I'm very, very clear on my message. So when you guys get clear on your message and your niche, and you start marketing that, that content, I promise you guys, I promise you, you're going to see an increase in your business. When I first started, I was all like, I didn't know. I just wanted to help people. And so I was helping people start businesses. I was helping them build their confidence. I was helping them find their purpose. And it was fun, but it wasn't consistent. I wasn't able to project any sales or project any clients when I wasn't really clear on my message or my niche. So that's very important. You guys don't overthink this process. Just know that you are your niche. Number 3, the next marketing mistake that most new life coaches make is not using evergreen social media platforms. And one in particular is that good old platform, YouTube. The YouTube platform, many of you guys have, that's how you guys found me, through YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a very long time. Oh my gosh, somebody just told me the other day, congratulations. I think it was like 11 years, I think, or something like that, 10 or 11 years that I've been on YouTube. I have not been as consistent on YouTube as I could have been. There is no reason why I should only have 43,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I've been there for 10 years. There are people that will come there today, and by the end of this year, they'll cross over to their 100,000 subscriber. I was not that disciplined in the beginning. I wasn't that consistent, and I wasn't that clear. So use an evergreen social media platform. And evergreen is simply, it's always there. It's always there, and people are going into that platform and they're typing in what it is that they're looking for. They're searching. Everybody under the sound of my voice, oh, my pastor says that all the time. I've been waiting to say that. Everybody under the sound of my voice needs to be on YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. Whatever it is that you know how to do, somebody is there right now in this very moment searching for it. And you're sitting on the knowledge that they would pay you to teach them. Very, very important, you guys. So get on the YouTube platform. Number four is one of my favorites. Is you guys more often than not, new life coaches don't create campaigns. They create products and just tell people to click the link in their bio. This is a big, big mistake. You have to create a need for what it is that you are selling. Right? Unlike any other store like Target, we can go to Target and say we're going to Target and we're going to get some toothpaste. Well, we're not going to walk straight into Target and go straight to the toothpaste unless you're my husband or a dude. I don't know how they do that. But unless you are that focused, even as a woman, to go into Target and not look at anything else. But Target is there, right? And so you're walking around before you even get to the toothpaste, you pulling other stuff off the shelf, looking at this and looking at that and thinking it's cute. That store is there. It's filled with necessities, right? When you are an online business, you need to create a campaign. You need to create an energy, some noise around what it is that you're selling. And it needs to be done in a strategic way in order to pique people's interest, get them to stick around into your launch date until you actually open, and then you can tell them to click the link in your bio. I'm not going to say you cannot. I'm not going to say that. It will be very sporadic. Your sales will be very sporadic if you just create products and you just say, hey, click the link in my bio. I just created this ebook. The ebook about what? Girl, you was just on the live. You weren't even talking about it, right? So you have to create some sort of campaign in a strategic way in order to gin up, is that the word, gin up, drum up, whatever, that energy around what it is that you are doing. That's number 4, creating campaigns instead of creating products and then asking people to click the link in your bio. The last and final tip, you guys, the last and final one is more often than not, new life coaches don't share their good stuff, their good content with their audience. Right? Oftentimes they're waiting for someone to pay them first. I cannot tell you the amount of coaches that I work with who think that they're going to run out of content to share. They think, well, if I share my good stuff, then what am I going to say when people actually get on the phone with me? Or if I share my good stuff, then nobody's going to want to buy anything from me, because then they're going to get their problem solved, and then they're not going to want to work with me. There's a very fine way to do this, right? So just for the sake of this class, I want you guys to write this down. You tell people what to do for free, and you tell them how to do it for a fee. So if you guys ever are on any of my lives and somebody asks me a question, I'll tell you guys what to do all day long. Like, listen, you ain't got to get to my live. We can talk about right now. Right now, I'm telling you guys what to do. I'm telling you guys literally exactly what I do in my business. Now, if you want to know how to do it, then I'm going to charge you for that information, depending on the information. So you want to make sure that you are sharing your good stuff, because what happens is you're sharing so much good information and you're not charging for it, and it's actually helpful information. And the thing that people will think to themselves is, oh, my goodness, she's giving all this away at no cost. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I start working with her. So you guys want to think about that. There is a very fine line when you're marketing and sharing your good stuff and not waiting for people to pay you first. I always like to use the story of the teriyaki chicken, right? When we used to could go to the mall and we didn't have to wear a mask, you would go into the conservatory in your mall. I don't even know if that's what everybody calls it. That's what we call it here, conservatory, where the food part in your mall. And we would walk past the teriyaki chicken part, and there would be a guy or girl standing there offering you a piece of chicken. They are not selling you that chicken. They want you to take that chicken off of that toothpick, and they want you to bite it. And they know that that chicken is going to sell itself, right? They're standing right in front of their establishment, and they are giving you that piece of chicken, but right behind them, you can get all of it. And so I want you guys to think about that when you're on your lives, when you're doing your videos. You are literally handing out your pieces of teriyaki chicken, but behind you is what they can buy and get more of that. So keep that in mind, you guys. Oh, and I am 1,000% right on time. I'm actually going to where's my note sheet? I've been doing conference calls for 12 years, and I still don't know my prompts. Okay, I still don't know them. I still got to use this raggedy sheet of paper. Okay, let me unmute. And let me say this, you guys, for those of you guys who I heard a mama over there doing mommy things. Listen, I remember the days. I want to ask you guys, if you guys were able to take away one or two things from tonight's call, please go over to my last post, my last little reel video that I posted, and let me know 2 to 3 things that you guys were able to take away from tonight's call. It would help me greatly to continue to serve you guys better. All right, let me open. All right, you guys, we are all unmuted. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns before we end tonight? Or are we all unmuted? Crystal, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry. I do have a question. I heard you mention it earlier on the live, though, and it does have something to do with marketing, so I just thought it'd be appropriate. Now, you asked about the young lady, did she know how to use Canva, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is, I'm not familiar with a lot of the apps that where you create your own content, that kind of stuff. Now, would you suggest going out and purchasing those apps so you can play around with them? And because I see different backgrounds, like on yours is pink, on someone else's it may be like white or green. Would you suggest going out and purchasing those apps to create your content, or to create, just or to play around and just get familiar with it?
Girl, write this down. PHON Wait a minute, let me make sure I'm giving you the right spelling. Phonto. That's Fonto. That app is free. That is what I use to make most of my posts. I very seldom use Canva to make my post. Another one is WordSwag, WordSwag. WordSwag and
Mhm.
Fonto. Girl, download them and have a blast with them. That's it.
I see. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Yep. Have you ever heard of either one of those apps?
I have not. So let me. I got word swag, and the other one is P and H as in Harry, O N
Yep.
as in Nancy, T
Yep.
O as in orange. Huh?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. No,
Correct.
I've
Yep.
never heard of them, Miss Angel. I tell you,
Well, I'm gonna tell
things.
you they in the Life Coach Starter Kit, and I know you probably haven't gone through all of the classes because it is a whole lot of classes back there. But those resources are in there. But Crystal, that 99.9% of the time, if you see me make a post, I'm using the Fonto post. I mean app.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Angel.
Most of the time, that's exact. I mean, like I said, 99.999% of the time, that's the app I'm using to create my social media posts. Yep.
Okay. While I'm still unmuted, I have one more question. Now,
Yeah.
I have I have another job. I'm a counselor.
Yep.
However, and I want to dig into my life coaching career more on the
Yep.
weekends instead of cramming, saying cramming perfection, and just to say I did it often. How long do you suggest I work on something? Because I can cram all weekend and still feel like I haven't completed anything, or feel like I haven't been successful with that during that time frame.
So
How long
what
does
is
it
it
take
that
you?
you're doing? Tell me this. What is it that you're doing that you don't feel that you're being productive?
I feel that I'm listening to your videos, right? I'm
Mhm.
listening to them, I'm taking notes, but not actually fully understanding them to apply them. Like tonight, I just heard you.
Mhm.
I heard you say, and I've heard you say this 1,000 times. Well, a lot. Tell them what to do for free.
Yep.
Tell them how to do it for a fee. That just
Yep.
clicked to me because
Wow. Yep.
you're telling us, 5 marketing mistakes,
Yep.
but then you got to have
Guess what I'm gonna tell you how in the 3-day marketing
right.
boot camp. Yep.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So I can watch all the videos, but then until it's time for it, it's just like, what did I learn? Now I feel like I'm learning something. Sorry,
And you know
Angel.
what, Crystal? You know what? It comes with practice, right? And this is why people say, or I think it's Tony Robbins that coined the repetition is the mother of success. I hear some dialing. Can somebody please press *6 because we're all unmuted? Um, so when you listen to something over and over and over and over, Crystal, I can't tell you how many, audios I have burned. I still do it. I still listen to audios over and over and over and over again because we're always going to get something out of it that we didn't get the first time. And then the more you teach your classes, the more you go live, you'll start to understand that fine line, especially when you are doing the work, right? Like if I held up a workbook, my planner, and somebody was like, "Oh, Angel, what company did you use? How did you make your planner?" Do you really think I'm going to tell that person how exactly I made it and all of that when they get that information, they can take it and actually make some money with it? Like, and all the sweat and the blood and the frustration I had to go through in order to create this thing, and you think I'm just going to give that information out? Trust me, the more you teach your classes and the more you go live and share and start to interact with your audience, you will know that line where you're like, absolutely not, nope, you're going to have to schedule a session for that. Does that make sense?
It does. After tonight, yes, ma'am, it does. I appreciate
Yep.
it.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You are so welcome, Crystal. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns before we end tonight? Don't forget to go over to my Instagram and let me know what you guys were able to take away from tonight's call.
Angel, this is Charity.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. So the program that you was talking about at the beginning of the call, is it the how to create the market package and sell digital products? Is that the one?
And what is that? What product? I'm not sure. You talking about during this call or in the live?
Well, I'm
today?
on your website, so I'm trying to see which program it is that you're doing the boot camp for.
Oh, that's not on my website because that's going by the number of people. So I don't want people just all willy nilly buying it, and then I'm on the other. I'm like, crap, I sold too many. Yes, send me a DM. That class is only $247. I took it down from $400 to $247. For those of you guys who want to join that class, yes, send me a DM and I'll send you the link to that charity.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments, or concerns before we end this evening, y'all? This is the first of the month. This is the first month of the year. I need y'all excited. Hold on, let me put some music on. Wait a minute. This is not how I want this to go down. Hold on. Anybody have any questions as I'm fishing for my music? Questions, comments?
Put on something that I can jam to too, Miss Angel.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's the first of the year. I mean, it's the first month of 2020. Like, y'all, this is a big deal. This is a big deal that we made it. This is a big deal that we're in our right minds. Hello, somebody. We are in our right mind. I mean,
hello? Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, Angel. This is Bernicia. I was just going to say that was a good tip of what you said about tell them what to do and let them pay you for how to do it, because since I've been starting my lives and my success calls, I think now that you said it, I think I give too much information. I think I give too much. Yeah.
That's good.
So that's something that I definitely can learn from.
Yeah, that's good. And see, Vernisha, you wouldn't know that if you didn't get started.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? You are 10 steps ahead. So don't ever think anything. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go.
So when I do my research for like my lives, I already tell people my lives and success calls. I already tell people like what I'm going to be talking about. So when I want to make sure like I have all the information I need, and I do like real good research and make sure I'm giving them something that they can really utilize in their life. And I see how your success call, like you gave us the points, but you didn't like go too far deep into like how we can really utilize them. And I think like in my success calls, so I think I gave way too much information.
That's okay. Now you know. See, I love it because now you know.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You are so welcome, Miss Coachable Woman. I love it. You are so welcome. So welcome. Hey, does anybody else have any more questions, comments, or concerns? Hey.
Yes, I do have a question.
Yes, Crystal, come on. Hey.
Do you ever follow up with your students or your coachable students to see where they are, in their field or in their career, in their coaching career? Only to see if they need like refresher courses, like, cause sometimes, some people like, hey, this ain't working out for me, and they just may need some more confidence or motivation to, get back in the groove. But hey, you need to start over, or just some refresher courses. Do you ever do that?
No. So I have reached back out to clients that had like particular things going on in their life, and I'll reach back out. Like I had one client, her husband was really ill, and I've reached back out mainly for personal reasons, never to, hey, checking on your confidence. And that's not our job as a coach, y'all. That is not our job. When I say it's not our job, obviously you want to go above and beyond, and if that's how you feel that you want to reach back to your clients and check on them, 100%. I don't do that. Like as far as like the professional side, a lot of the people that do take my trainings and certification, they're still connected to me. And so a lot of them still take my classes. You here, lady. You here, right? And so a lot
Right.
of times they still do take my classes. If they email me with a question, 100%, I will answer them. But as far as like reaching back out for for business reasons, I have not. Nope. So that's something that you can do and be better than me. Boom. You got to have some kind of marketing, some kind of something that makes you stand out. And that would be amazing.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I will take one last question or comment or concern. Nobody has no questions, no comments, no concerns. Hey. All right, y'all. When y'all get off this call, can y'all please put some music on and dance? Change the energy, shift the energy in your house. Get your mood up. Please understand, when you feel good, you look good, you're going to do good things. You can create from that space. Make sure that you guys are tapping into something every single day that makes you feel absolutely amazing. In order to be a life coach and to be, I'm not even just a life coach, in order to be an entrepreneur and you are fully working from home, you have to be creative. That is like you have got to be creative. And it can be very difficult for us to create in a space if we don't feel good about ourselves, if we don't like how we look, or if we don't like our atmosphere, if our house isn't clean, if it's not organized. So make sure that you guys are just keeping your stuff together so you can continue to share with us, with the world, right? My gift is not for me. It's for y'all. And your gift is not for you. It's for me. And so be a good steward over yourself so you can be a good steward over your message and your life's purpose. That's all I got for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have the most amazing night possible. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Angel. Good night,
Good night.
y'all.
Good night.
Good night, you guys.
For more information about Angel Richardson and her life-changing products, visit Angel online at www.angelrichardson.com.